I'm back. Let's talk some business. Let's wait for some people to come in. It's 10 o'clock Sunday night. It's always business. Just like the Greeks in The Wire said, it's just business. It's always business. What do we got? Who do we got? Oh, there he is. What's going on, Fox? Kyle. Oh, Beep, what's going on? Everything's going good. Figured we'd talk some more business. So I was thinking of making another channel with the whole business stuff. I have a partner that he's really good with the whole stock thing and trading. So I was talking to him today. We might do something. Good, good. Everything's good. Can't complain. Yeah, I saw that Beep with the cage playing. I think it's like I don't know if it's like a serious movie with that. I liked it, Kyle. I think there's more pain to come with that, with the whole AI stuff. Nvidia sold up. Google was bought a lot though. Google's up uh, right now actually, because Buffett bought a bunch of Google and he sold his Apple stock. So you think Nvidia holds 180? I don't know. I think there's more pain to come. And as far as Google, that's up like I think is at 280 something right now. Comcast is buying all of WBD streaming and stuff. Well, I saw Gamora got off HBO Max. They took that off. I wonder what's next. I'm looking for more of the Delacroce, the wiretaps. That's why the best movies right now are in Europe. Europe got the best stuff right now. The shows, the American quality is going down right now. They're just remaking things. They're not doing good. If you watch Netflix and all these stuff, you could find better documentaries on YouTube about this stuff. It all looks like it. Even Amazon Prime, none of it's good. I don't have any of them. So, what stocks do you guys like this week or long term? Yeah, Netflix does make the most money with that whole serial stuff, but they over exaggerate it. That's their problem. They'll be like 60% true, and then 40% is just bull crap they made up just to get the fans engaged. Yeah, Nvidia reports this week, and I don't know. I think it's going to go down. That's just my opinion. I think the whole market's going to come down soon. That's true, Beep. Yeah, the more bidders, the more the price. Listen, they got, they got a good catalog. I like Space Mobile. I still hold that. The ticker is ASTS. Yeah, the labor demand. I don't like the whole direction everything's going right now. Even so I was watching Black Mirror. I know it came out like earlier this year. It's not the same as the other ones that came out. Very underwhelming, Black Mirror. And there's a lot of potential in that genre because look at the Twilight Zone, which was one of my favorites. They could do a lot of stuff with shows like that. Berkshire Hathaway is good. I wouldn't personally invest with them. Like I wouldn't buy Berkshire, but yeah, look at Buffett. I mean, he's been investing since he was a child, compounding interest all those years, and he got lucky with the Coca Cola. Yeah, it's underperforming in the S&P. So Warren's the best because he's been in it the longest, and that's the game, right? So when you're younger, you could. And so his thing was he was going to invest in stuff that he saw, like for example, Coca Cola. He didn't look at Coca Cola as just a drink. He looked at it as they sell fun. Because where do you get Coca Cola? You go to the movie theaters, you go to Disney World, everywhere sells Coca Cola. So, they had the polar bear back in the day. I don't really see them much anymore, but uh, stuff like that. If you see something that you like and it's cheap and you're like, all right, this is going to be around in 20 years, that's the kind of stuff you buy. It's like real estate or owning a piece of a company. That's what it is. So, like right now, I own Space Mobile. They launch satellites in the sky. They're supposed to work with every phone on the planet. They're going to launch more. They're called Bluebirds into the sky. And you'll essentially have um, wherever you go on Earth eventually, because it's 6 years in. It's in its infancy still. So figure another 5 years, you're going to have more satellites in the sky. And if you have a phone, any kind of phone, even if it's a flip phone, it'll work on their network. What's going on, Demon? McDonald's, yeah. So McDonald's is another one. People look at McDonald's, they're like, oh, their food sucks, this and that. But McDonald's is like almost like a real estate play. McDonald's owns more real estate than there's churches. There's more McDonald's than churches. Yeah, Red Bull, you'll see it, that with the, if you watch racing and stuff, or, football, sports, they make their money with the advertisements and stuff. Oil. I remember when they were giving away oil in 2020. Remember when oil was negative? That was a crazy time. In America, supermarkets are cathedrals. I feel bad for you, but yeah, the negative interest rates. Interest rates in 2020 were like 2%. So for every $100,000 you borrowed, you would have to pay 200 a month. You get $1 million house, that's 2 grand a month. So if you missed out, then look at 6 and change percent. It's still lower than the 70s, 80s, where people they were paying 15% at some stages, 10%. 6%'s not bad still. There's a lot of potential in real estate. Hey, what's going on, Rob? Beep asked, what would you say is the worst industry to come invest right now? The worst industry, probably, well, besides like the pot stocks, I would stay away from that. I would stay away from airliners like Boeing, those travel companies. Yeah, so that line hits hard, Creeper. When they said in The Sopranos, when he was like, it's over for the little guy. And then it really became over for the little guy after 2020 when small businesses they had to shut down, but you could still go to a McDonald's. All the corporations were still open, but not the small businesses. They did that on purpose. Yeah, the financial crisis, the '08 crisis. I wish I was smarter back then, but I wasn't. I would have bought I would have bought a lot of stuff. That's the thing with Boeing. Boeing is one of the most shadiest. I hate that company with a passion. I'll never invest in Boeing. Certain things I can't invest in. I can't invest in Lockheed Martin. I can't invest in Boeing. Anything war related, I will not invest in. I won't invest in nicotine products. I don't care if there's money to be made in it. I don't want to make bad money. I used to own Altria. The ticker was MO. I'm like, I can't own this company anymore. It was making me money. The dividends were good. It was like paying out 9%. But I just felt like shit owning it. So I was like, let me just get rid of it. Yeah, it's like you're profiting off blood at that point, right, Kyle? That's how I felt. I didn't want to profit over people suffering. So I was like, I'm not doing this. Oh, yeah, RTX. I know that company. Yeah, it really is, man. Trying to think of a good product, like a $500 product or $1,000 product. If you have $1,000 product, a really good idea, and you sell it to 1,000 people, that's $1 million. 500 to 2,000 people, that's $1 million. There's so many people on the internet, so It's not hard to do. It's just doing it is the hardest part. Execution is the hardest. Apple's not going anywhere until the sheep say something different. So you have people upgrading to every new iPhone and app, whatever, Macs, and every stupid thing they come out with. And they're just fanboys. They're going to just keep buying it and buying it. They're not going anywhere. Once the sheep say, listen, I'm going to this, then everyone's going to follow them. And then Apple, I mean, they still got good tech and all, but I'm holding, right now I have an SE. I don't even care about the iPhone really. I'll use a flip phone. Yo, Pink, we're talking business. Yeah, I like to talk about a bunch of shit. I can't talk about just one subject. I want you guys to learn. I like learning. If you're young, invest early, man. So you could not retire, because I hate that word, but have more peace. If you're 18 and you start investing, 20 years, you're sitting pretty, it'd be 38, and you could just chill. Work, you know, smarter, not harder. I hope Tim Cook retires. I'm tired of Apple. Who's the best CEO right now? Wow. The best CEO right now. I'm not sure. I don't have an answer to that. Yeah, you could say the NVIDIA guy, Jensen. I like, so Beep, I like when the investors, you know, have their votes. I like to vote when I have a stock. Yeah, he's printing so much. $5 trillion? Come on. You guys have side hustles? What kind of side hustles everybody got? But yeah, I do think the investors should be the executives, because it's their money. They've been doing this since the 1600s on boats. It wasn't called the stock market, but they'd write a piece of paper, go overseas. Yeah, I need this and that. Bring it back. Here's the money. To this day, I still say Steve Jobs was the best presenter. I am not an Apple fan, but that guy could make you excited to spend money if you look at all presentations. Yeah, I was around when Steve Jobs, all of his, when he would unveil everything, he did make you want to buy it. But he didn't even let his kids use everything he was selling. His kids weren't allowed to use iPads. Do you know if you bought, if you, instead of buying the iPhone when it first came out, if you spent that month, that $400, right? Or I think it was 400, and you just invested it in Apple stock at that time, it would be worth over $80,000. That $400. Think about that. Instead of buying the iPhone, you just threw the money in Apple. That 400 would be around $80,000 right now. Tulip mania. It's just, it's sick. So I saw interviews with like Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, and he 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 was saying like Steve Jobs was one of the most meanest guys, like very mean. He just wanted to sell products. He didn't care about the people, right? He wanted their money. So he would do anything in his power to get those sales. His words were really good selling that product. Musk and Tesla. So Elon's another one. So I remember Elon back in like 2007 or 8. They kept shorting his stock. He was getting pissed off. He would yell at the SEC, and he became sort of a hero, fighting back against everyone shorting his company. And eventually, out of nowhere, Tesla started just running. And then it really started running back in 2017 or 2018. And then after that, it took off again. That created so many millionaires, Tesla. Tesla had me fooled because I'm like, this car is garbage. I was like, they have battery problems, this and that. But I didn't know, because I didn't do enough research at the time, that Tesla was more of a data company than a car company. Because every time a Tesla drives, it's collecting the data around it. Bitcoin's another thing I missed out on. I had it and then I sold it. And then when I saw it at 3,000, I'm like, this is dead. And now look at it. And now forget about it. It was just something I didn't believe in. So I can't be mad at myself because I didn't want digital currency. I don't even like credit cards. I like cash. But they're phasing that away soon. You saw they got rid of this. They stopped minting the penny. So now the penny's going to be done. Next, watch, they'll phase out the nickel, the quarter, and then the dollar, and then soon there'll be no cash. Yeah, streaming became the big. I would have never thought that back in the day. I remember making CDs, Remember burning CDs back in the day? Who would have thought streaming in those days? Yeah, $20 for a CD. Sometimes you could. I think it was like $5. I think for like a single. I used to like going to those stores. Blockbuster. I think there's like one or two blockbusters left. Oh shit! Really? 4K reader writer to put on a 5.25 drive bay. Yeah. Yeah, when Blu-ray first came out, that was like the biggest thing. But now you notice when you're watching TV and you see somebody's face up close and you see all that pores and you're like, I don't want to see that. Go back to 1080p. I like graphics when it's like for video games and stuff. I don't really care about it if it's like, you know, a show or a documentary. Unless there's like some special effects and stuff. Or if you're watching like Fast and the Furious, like those things matter, like the frame rates and stuff. But I don't want to see a guy that, you see everything on his face from his pores. It's just, I can't. I can't watch that. Now people go grocery shopping from their app. They'll, they'll go type in whatever they want and then they bring the food to you. Kyle, I could tell if I watch it a couple of times, I could tell if it's fake or real. Most of the stuff on Twitter's like fake. I would say 80% of it. I hate AI. Some of my older videos on this channel, I used AI voice because I didn't think people would like the way I talked. So I was like, let me just put a voice guy on whatever to narrate. I would write everything myself, but yeah, if you watch some of my older videos on like the mob stuff, that was all AI voice. But I never used it on I used it for jokes on like the Sopranos stuff, but I wouldn't use it. I like reality. Yeah, Beep. So there was um, a Black Mirror episode about that. It was called "Be Right Back," where the father dies, and there the woman was pregnant. She had the baby, and I think she was talking to the father, or the father was like, it's some creepy shit. I agree, Pink, that it should be illegal. They were talking about how they want to do something where, like the laws with the AI, because it's gonna get dangerous. They have voice cloning, like people could clone your voice. Once you use all these apps like ChatGPT and you type stuff in there or you use an AI thing for your face, they got your face after that. They got your voice. If you there's a site, it's called Vocloner. You could put whatever voice you want in there, and then it'll pick it up and it'll create stuff. That's how I did like the Phil Leotardo video, where it wasn't his voice, but it was a clone of his voice. It's just creepy. Exactly, they can manipulate. That's the thing. I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, because in my earlier videos I did on my other channel, which I privated them, people would say, I didn't sound exciting. Monotone, they would say, which I am monotone at times. Yeah, I saw that. I forget which actors did that, though. They sold their likeness and voice. I would never do that. You can't pay me that. I don't care. Did any of you ever do your DNA ancestry? That company got sold, or it's about to get bought up. Once you do that, guess what? They got your DNA. They could clone you in 1,000 years if they want to. Not only that, you'll be in the APHIS system, the CODIS system. You put your fingerprint on your phone, they got your fingerprints. Kyle, there's going to be 2 or 3 companies. Yeah, I would say NVIDIA won't be running shit, but Google's one of them. Um, as far as the others, I would say maybe Meta. So you got Google, Meta, and the third would have to be maybe Apple. Oh yeah, Amazon too. But it depends with Amazon because all you need is one of those Chinese companies to come and really take over. Because China, they'll always undercut you because their people work for less. So you're gonna get the stuff for cheaper. I hate all these different streaming services. I think in the future you'll have, and mark my words on this, YouTube's going to be one of the number one for content. That's where they're headed right now. They're going to be the top dog. Google's going to be the top dog with all that. It's not going to be Netflix. It won't be Amazon. Google's going to run that whole thing. I don't know about Samsung. Their products, they don't even last that long anymore. I remember when their TVs used to be the best. Now, I don't know. Like I wouldn't ever buy like a washer and dryer or a stove from Samsung. Like they suck. Don't ever buy them. Yeah, it's mostly not even about the product anymore. It's about the it factor. But the people control everything. Like, you guys got the power. The customer's always right. But the customer keeps buying $8 cups of coffee. So look where we are right now. Google's gonna be a smoldering pile of embers. Why do you say that? We talked about it last time where they had Gmail giving away free Gmail, and they got everybody's data. So how did Google fail making AI? What, Gemini you're talking about? Middle East, but especially Saudi Arabia is turning to be the best place. That's what they want you to think. Thoughts on the tariffs? I don't know. It's it's rough on the customer, but the customer is always right. So if people don't buy something, the price goes down. If you want something for cheap, if the people want something for cheap, don't buy it. Wait to buy it, or else you're gonna just keep spending a lot of money every time. And they're gonna be like, "We got them," just like the iPhones. We got them. Let them spend their $1,500 every year. A lesson. Yeah, nothing is ever too big to fail. We learned that during the dot-com bubble. We learned that during the '08 crisis. Yeah, big things fail all the time. We're just waiting for the next one now. And we'll see that with the whole AI thing. We just don't know what company is going to fail yet, but there's going to be a bunch of them. Yeah, everything failed at some point. We just got to figure out what the next one is. That's how you capitalize. When big companies fail, it transfers the wealth to other people, and hopefully it's one of you guys or me or whoever. But wealth gets transferred a lot. It happened in 2020. It happened in '08, '09. It happened in 2001. Ziggy, I'm not sure. Palantir, I missed that boat. I remember when it was $10. I didn't want it. I was too busy buying Google and Amazon and Spy. Do I think that there are some events that are so big it overshadows everything else that person has done? Like the captain of the Titanic had a solid record until he crashed into the iceberg. Um, yeah, I believe that if something so big happens, it'll overshadow it. But the other thing to that is, I don't believe that that guy hit an iceberg. How many of you in here actually buy AI stuff from a company? Does anyone in here? No, it was the sister boat that sank. There was a there was a billionaire on that boat that died. I think they tried to whack the billionaire. That's my theory. Kyle, I don't think anybody buys that stuff. So how are they making money if no one's buying it? Because I know if there was 10,000 people in here, they would say the same thing. You'd probably have like 5, 10 people say, yeah, they spent money on this AI stuff. Why do you sound like a schizo, Pink? Would you ever use AI to determine what stock to purchase? No. I would use it for like certain information in the past to see like mathematics stuff, just to save time, like that kind of thing. I wouldn't use it to like predict anything though. I like indexes. They pass stocks between themselves and somehow create a tangible fiat through the passing back and forth. Yeah, they say like 90 something percent of the whole trading is done in algorithms, and like 2% are like actually trading on a daily basis. Here's another thing. You guys ever hear of BlackRock? You ever see it like a video? Oh, BlackRock does this and they do that and they're evil and all this crap. Well, let's say somebody has a 401k or whatever through their jobs and this and that, and they invest. BlackRock just handles everything. They don't own anything. They only make like, I think it's 0.07% of whatever is in their thing. Like they're not an evil company. Like it's all like clickbait, that kind of stuff. That's basically like, all right, you got the SPY or the QQQ NASDAQ where they hold all their funds in that. It's a specific amount. BlackRock's like the same thing. Why do you think they're shady, Beep? They're just holding the funds. People could take their funds out of BlackRock. They could put it somewhere else. It's the same with Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab. Yeah, It just happens to be called BlackRock. Yeah, 13.46 trillion in assets. That's not bad. So how are they controlling the world? Nvidia's like not too far behind them. 5 trillion. Exactly. So how's BlackRock? That's something I had to just tell you guys because I see too much stuff on whether it's YouTube Shorts or sometimes I'll go on TikTok and these dum dums are talking how BlackRock's going to do this and that to you, and it's just not true. Listen to him; he knows everything. You want contractors where after the war they'll get the deal to rebuild the nation. No, I don't. Where'd you see the documentary? Because they're only holding people's funds and they make you know their little percentage off of it, like a bank. Just like IM, that is just said, property management and holding of other company stocks. I use Charles Schwab. I like Charles Schwab. I'm gonna get another one where I could actually buy fractional shares of ETFs. Because right now, Schwab, you can only buy individual stock fractional shares. But since I'm an ETF guy, I might. I think Fidelity has it. I'm gonna check that out. But I stay away from Robinhood and Webull. I don't like them. Yeah, Alex Jones. So Alex Jones makes his money. He's a psyop, right? So he's paid off to say all his nonsense. You need not we don't need that him, but they need a guy like him to just spew out some shit. Because you got the left and the right, you got the middle, and you got them, his people. You got Tucker Carlson, which you know, I don't even want to talk about him. I think he's like a. I don't know if I know he's. I heard something he was like with the Rothschilds or something. That's not even his real name. That's what I heard. If you don't see me on YouTube anymore, it's because they got me. Yeah, he's a plant. You know who was good? Bill Cooper. Bill Cooper. That's how Alex Jones came up. Bill Cooper, and look what happened to Bill Cooper. They killed Bill Cooper. Yeah, Pink. Back in the day, to start, yes, he was right on a lot of things. He got his stuff from Bill Cooper, who was right on a lot of things. Which, if you saw the way Bill Cooper died, it just makes no sense. You can't even find videos on Bill Cooper on YouTube. There's like one or two videos. So what does that tell you? Robinhood made you a 10 millionaire. I'm guessing that's 2021 with the whole GameStop thing, right? I followed Burry into that trade and I sold out at $11 and then it shoots up to 400 a month later. I was sick to my stomach. Yeah, 2021. Listen, that whole thing that you just mentioned, Beat, um, yeah, back then it was a little different. He was right with a lot of things. I don't really want to get into. We know what happened on that day. Let's just say a lot of people took off of work that day. I won't say who, but a lot of people took off that day. Bill Cooper is way better than Alex Jones. Yep. Feel better, Pink, bro. I appreciate you coming in. Yeah, there's always something going on when it's cold out. When that seven tower fell, I remember on the news they said that papers and all this bullshit that flew and it burned that tower and then it came down. But nah. Did you see that? Did anyone see the video lately? I think it happened last week or 2 weeks ago. There was a building in China that was on fire and it just stayed on fire. It didn't come down. What happened to DB Cooper? I don't know. Crazy stuff, man. Darth news in plain sight. What's next? Yeah, I'll watch that. The Zodiac? They never found the Zodiac. The first guy, they never found him. No one knows who it was. There was the copycat that they caught, but they never got the real guy. Pete, I thought you said 12. Is everybody on there, Pete? Let me know. A CIA up? I don't know. I don't know if he was. Hey, row one. We were just talking about finance, stocks, and conspiracy theories. I don't think he was I don't know if he was a CIA op. Sirhan, I'm pretty sure was MK Ultra. Who was the one that I forgot his name? That got all the people to whack people. What was his name? He was an intelligent guy. Not the one that said his dog made him do it. Who was the other guy? Somebody knows. Yo, Pete, is there a way we could get them on here or nah? Manson, yeah, Charles Manson. That was maybe MK Ultra, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, and the Zodiac was in California, so give me 1 second, guys. Son of Sam. Son of Sam, the dog, told him to do it. Yeah. He got caught by a parking ticket. You think he was a fall guy? I never heard that one. He was intelligent, right? That whole Charles Manson story was crazy. The whole thing. It's weird. So, if I had to rename this channel, what would you name it? What would be a good name? Ironically, it still ended up in WP Nevada when its president was still a Superman. Yeah, serious business. I like that. That's a good one. What do I do with all the mob stuff? Serious street, serious business. I want more subscribers on here than my other channel. We got to make that happen, boys. We got to make that happen. So Sirius has 123,000 subscribers, but a lot of them are useless because they only care about one thing. Kyle, you're my man. Yeah, so the other channel, that all they care about is Sopranos. I could write a serious community post. They'll just say some Soprano stuff. Some are funny, but some make me mad. Not mad, but she's like, come on, like, trying to have a serious discussion here. But they're mostly good people. But out of 123,000, I got 7,000 here. Should be more. Once I start using a laptop to go live, it'll be better too. I have this guy that he's really into the finance stuff and he shows the charts and he's a day trader. I learned a lot from him. The other channel I could do just Sopranos chats and stuff. Um, Over here on this channel, we have. I like to talk about like the world stuff, and then the whole how everything works. Like me and Pete, we talk about the mob, how it works. And I got a guy coming on, hopefully sometime this week. He's gonna tell all the cartel stuff. Yeah, so this guy, he he has books that's out, and when he comes on, I'll let him tell you about his books and how he reads everything. He has a specific method. He's just one of my favorite traders. He day trades. That's what he does for a living. Yo, what's going on, Forever D Town? When I trade the SPY and I look at the options chain and I trade with the SPY 1 minute candles along with the VIX, the VIX volatility index. I trade the 1 minute with that. Sometimes it's zero DTE, which is, yeah, 0 days to expiration. It's called scalping. So, you know, it is gambling. Yeah, the guy that's going to be coming on, he speaks fluent Spanish. He's from Texas and he knows a lot about all the narco stuff. So he's going to talk about all that. Serious hustle. I like the serious business one better because hustle doesn't. It doesn't sound too good because they'll think like I'm trying to hustle them or something. Maybe. They might get the wrong idea. I don't know anything about it either. I'm going to be asking them questions. Like, I know about El Chapo, but that's about it. But he was telling me some crazy stuff in Instagram. The spy options, they're at least once a week, it pays out 1,000%. As long as you time it right. This is not financial advice, by the way, because I cannot give financial advice, but I gotta ask him. I gotta ask if he know. Joey! There he is. There he is, John Barrymore. Carmela, cousin Brian for advice. So here's the thing, Joey. I'll try to explain something, right? All right. We'll use The Sopranos as a reference. All right. Let's say you got a place like Newark, right? Anyone ever been to Newark? Somebody tell me if you've ever been to Newark. All right. Was Newark good, Joey? Did you guys like it over there? So let's say you're Tony Soprano, for example, right? And you go into Newark. First off, you got abandoned houses and a lot of bad places in the projects. There's always abandoned houses. Now, the smart play would be to get your community, right? You kick out all the bad people just like Tony did when he made Zellman call the guy to get everybody out of there. Or give them jobs, fix up the houses. That way, they could buy them for cheap. Everything's legal. You buy them for cheap. Because right now, you could probably get a shithole in Newark for like $150,000. Now, if you clean up the neighborhood, if the whole community cleans it up, you don't have to gentrify it. They could all keep it for themselves, have it under their names and everything. Now that $150,000 house will be worth $800,000 in a couple of years. So they'll be making $600,000 or more, depending on the size of the property. That's the big picture. How would I fix Chicago? First, I would say, you know, for no, sending the military there would be stupid. It's not a good idea. But somebody's got to teach them finance and how to make real money, not what they're fighting over. Like territories and stuff, they're fighting over stupid stuff when they could just come together clean it up, and make millions of dollars, and you don't have to gentrify it. If they were more educated, it would work. You just got to educate people. Because all they're going to know if they see the military is there's wartime. And I don't think they're afraid. You won't catch me there right now. I wouldn't go there. I don't even know because I never been there. When you put a whole bunch of people together that, you know, some don't understand each other, you're gonna get war. People fighting over stupid stuff. It's like learning a new language. You're throwing people in there that don't know another person's language. I don't think the suburbs were taken over. I didn't hear about that. I know in the 20s, Chicago looked nice from what I saw. 30s, 40s, 50s. Detroit's another one. They just gotta, the community has to clean it up. Nobody's gonna come in there and help them. There's still places affected by Hurricane Sandy. I mean, not Sandy, Hurricane Katrina and Sandy, but Katrina. Some places they just, they're gonna just leave it. It's up to the community. You guys think in the 80s anyone could ever go into Bensonhurst, Brooklyn and just do what they wanted? It was never going to happen. And it's still not going to happen. You can't go there and just do whatever you want. Why are they looting in the first place? That's the first question. There's got to be a reason people are looting. I don't condone it, but there's got to be a reason. Now, that reason has to be fixed. Whatever that reason is, has to be fixed first. To throw the economy off? Is there a lot of jobs in Chicago? Or did they take them away? They did it to Detroit. They took away a lot of jobs in Detroit. Drive up the prices of everything tenfold. You might have Detroit confused with Chicago, maybe, yeah. Detroit, they took away all the jobs for them. When there's no jobs, like Mexico. You're going to have wars. You're going to have turf wars. All right, Kyle, bro. Thanks for stopping in as always. I appreciate that, brother. I will see you soon. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a narco stream too. New York's bad too in some areas. You can't go in the subways really. We talked about it last one. The recession. It's a recession. That could be another reason. That could be another reason. But if they put their heads together and like they're like, all right, somebody's got to step in and be like, we're gonna fix up everything. But there's just too many gangs. That's the problem. What boss would have made a good trader or business leader? Well, there was a lot of good business leaders. You had Carlo. You had Paul Castellano. You had Big Tuna, Tony Accardo. If it was up to me, I would try one neighborhood at a time, clean it up in a peaceful manner, educate on how to make the money. Real estate. There's plenty of real estate, and it doesn't have to be gentrified. What else you guys got? It's 5 people left. What else we talking about? Let me know. Let me know. Tomorrow's Monday. Back to the grind. When you say the Trump people, who are you talking about specifically? Yeah, I'll hear that conspiracy. Is there a way you could join the live or no? Is there an option? Beep, honestly, I think it's just a show. I don't think it's serious. Because Tucker, he just plays everybody. They all do. So that's my opinion on it. Beep, is there an option to join the live? Just curious. Because I turned on that people could join. That's what I'm saying. It's all a show. Oh, there's no option. Darn it. All right, yeah. Let me know your conspiracy theory. All right. Beep, what time is it over there? Another question. Do ads run when I'm on here? Like, do you see ads popping up at any point? Oh, wow. You're in Europe? All right, that's good. Nice. I heard it's nice over there. I like the bagpipes. Yeah, bagpipes are one of my favorites. Yeah, it is one of the most emotional. I agree. I'm waiting for this conspiracy take. Not you, Beep, but the other guy. Do I think I'd ever visit Scotland? Uh, Possibly, because I want to go to Italy first. Italy would be my first, and then maybe over there. Is that like the so I am that is that like what what's his name said? Um that whole WikiLeaks thing? Oh yeah, Glasgow. It does, big Italian community. That's awesome. How's the food? So how much would like a an Italian dish, like what would it cost? Give me an example of like a food cost over there. I want to try and compare it to like over here. And like rent prices, like what's the economy looking like? Oh, wow. That's awesome, man. So he said IoT, IOB is the Internet of Things. Phones, microwaves, everyday stuff we interact with, but IOB is the Internet of Bodies, in which they are planning to use the human biological system as a battery. That was in a Black Mirror episode, I feel like. Well, we all are energy, so yeah, beep, that's everywhere right now, I think. That is a crazy conspiracy. I'm assuming you're not done with that theory, but or are you done with that theory? $12.60. It's all right. So that's cheaper than here. So you're saying the tech will be basically our minds will be able to control everything? Almost. So what would we would just communicate without saying words? Well, take a picture of that sometime. Send it to me. Damn, I would want to know that recipe. I gotta start posting recipes. Is that conspiracy theory done? What's the end game with that? I heard about nanotech. Oh, you got a whole list of shit. You should come on and we'll talk about it. Yeah, I feel you. Are you on Instagram? Follow me on there. It's CEERUPT. CEERUPT. That's my Instagram. That way I could send you an invite and we could talk about it. Let me check really quick. Oh, okay. Yeah, add me. Yeah, the Italians in shipbuilding, they were always into that. Ships, concrete, construction. I might go live tomorrow too. Joey, I'm working on it. I know the next live I was working on something with the cartel stuff, but as far as the other channel, not yet. I promised Boardwalk Empire something with that like a compilation. Yeah, my YouTube was doing that earlier too. I don't know. There was like some bug or something. Every time I clicked, I couldn't get to somebody's channel. It was annoying. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully they fixed the glitch. Oh, I would love to hear an Italian with a thick Scottish accent. I would probably laugh at first, though. Hopefully they wouldn't be offended. That's awesome, man. But I never, yeah, an Italian with a Scottish accent. That's funny. I can't understand Scottish sometimes when they're just talking regular. I can't understand it. It's like a very thick English Scottish accent. Imagine The Sopranos, but it was all Scottish accent. Beep, did you ever watch Game of Thrones? Nah, Joey. Never said that. So in Game of Thrones, Jon Snow's lover, she's Scottish, I believe, right? Ygritte. She had the Scottish accent, right? Yeah, I didn't like the last season either. Like Egret, when she talked, I could understand her, but that it was such a thick accent. Oh, Northern English. Oh, the Hound. Yeah, I could understand the Hound. Yeah, they are married in real life. That show could have been the best, but they really screwed it up. I don't even want to talk about it. It makes me sick thinking about it. How they just ruined it. I didn't mind him doing that to Daenerys. It's just it happened so fast. They rushed it. His own aunt. Yeah, it was just oh my god. I could have wrote a better season finale. Leaving Starbucks cups everywhere in there. What do you think of House of the Dragon? I don't really like it. Yeah, George ain't ever finishing those books. Drogon, yeah, I liked him the best too. And then in House of the Dragon, I liked, I believe it's the one Aemon rides, that big dragon. Yeah, season one was definitely better than season two. Is he? I don't even know. I didn't know that. He was a great writer. I think he took from, what's his name? Like his inspiration. Tolkien. Oh, yeah, the war is coming in season three. That's right. When's the release date? Yeah, Ned was the best. I didn't read the books when I first watched it, so that was a shock when what happened to Ned. Yeah, Tolkien is. Yep, that's who we got it from. Where's my conspiracy theorist? He ran away. Night of the Seven. Is that the Dunk and Egg series? No, once they turn something into a show like that, forget about it. There he is. I thought they got you. That's what I just said too. I thought they got him. Oh, all right, I got you. We went from business, finance to Tolkien in Game of Thrones. I'll watch it. Night of the Seven. Then we have Gamora, the prequel. No, I was told to watch Rome. I'm supposed to watch Stranger Things next. Let me know if Stranger Things is good before I start. I never saw it, but I think it was on Showtime, if I recall. The Borgias. Caraxes, yeah. Joey, you're retired, right? Damon's Dragon, yeah. Okay, so season one, that's good. Two is average, alright, I'll take it. Three was bad, yeah. Four was fantastic. Interesting. Yeah, when season one first came out, I was supposed to watch it, and then I don't know, I just never did. And now I'm hearing about it again, so I might just watch it. Joey, how's the real estate in Florida looking? Yeah, season five comes out soon. How much is the median price range on a house by you? How much we talking here? I need some Florida real estate. Get me something cheap, Joey. We'll fix it up. As long as there's public sewer and all that. electricity. What's the price ranges looking like? Yeah, probably drove up the price too. I remember in 2019 they were like 150,000 for some nice houses by I think it was Deltona area, but they were nice. 120,000. Who was the moron that put pineapple on pizza? I don't know. I wouldn't eat that. That's disgusting. 600 large. Damn. It's New York prices. Some places. But you probably got a lot of land and shit, right? Square feet's big. 32-foot in-ground pool. Huge house. 2 lots. Wow. 6 acres. I'm coming over, Joey. That's nice. 6 acres. What's the property taxes? Now imagine if you did that in Jersey, Joey. Jersey, 6 acres. You're paying how much in properties? At 1,500 a month, probably more. 4 bedroom. I'm coming down there. I just gotta figure out when, and then I'll let you know. 20,000 in Jersey. Fucking Jersey, man. 899. Wait, 3,899 a year. Did I read that right? Like 4,000 a year. Wow, that's a score. Wow, you can't beat that. 6 acres, 4 beds. 2013. 2013. I was 22, I think. 23. Oh man, you live in Nevada, bro? I could never. I was there for a few days. I wanted to leave so bad. Oh, 300,000. That's not bad at all, especially in 2013. I can't live in the desert. I need the ocean. I need water around me. Yeah, 300,000 for that. That's a steal for sure. No, there's nothing to do out there. I don't like the casino stuff, so I know Vegas ain't for me. And as far as the desert, I can't do it. Yeah, New Jersey's beautiful. It's just expensive. Do you plan on moving out of the desert? Yeah, the last few years it's been way too hot. I noticed that too. Nah, man, you gotta move. I just don't understand why Jersey's so high. I would rather live in the heat. I don't like the cold. I could take it for 3 months, but because I like, the four seasons, but I can't live in the cold all the time. I'd rather live in the hot. I think they changed the laws, Joey, with that. But you got to renew it every year, I believe. Yeah, I want to get out of here too. I just don't know where either. That's the problem. Yeah, last time I was there, Joey, it was 2019, and there was just people walking around with guns everywhere. See, that's a beep. That's something that I can't deal with either. Rain all the time. It makes me depressed when it rains all the time. Like Florida has rain, but not all the time. And sometimes you're gonna love the rain because it's so humid and hot that you want rain on you. Is it uncomfortable seeing people walking around with them? Nah, it's not really. No. If everybody has them, then it's not a big deal. You only got to worry about that if you're in a state that don't allow it. If you see regular people walking around New York City with it, then there's a problem. Yeah, Joey, it's not that bad, Florida. I can handle that. I just don't like the water, like, to cook with. Like, do you have good pizza spots over there? It's not as good as Jersey and New York, I bet. Or am I wrong? It all depends on the environment you grew up around. So I was always a street person, street smart, in the street person. So if I see people walking with guns, it doesn't bother me. I always have a Sicilian pie. Oh, yeah. It's my favorite pizza. Yeah, I figured that, Joey. Go make it this pizza. You don't find the bacteria in here. I could go for a nice Sicilian pie right now. Extra virgin olive oil on it. It is the best pizza, man. I don't know, but I gotta go to Naples, Italy, to have their Napolitan pies. I heard those are good too. There's this guy I go to in Jersey. I said it last time. He is from Sicily. He makes the best Sicilian pies I had, and he's in South Jersey. Calf liver cooked with sweet onions? Really? I don't think I would try that. I can't eat liver. But yes, Sicilian is the best. All right, Joey, I'll catch you on the next one. Um, I've had it before, liver. I don't know. I can't. I got about 5 to 10 minutes left, and then I gotta go too. Beep, you have Instagram? That way I could alert you guys every time I go about to go live. Northern Italy? I would have to check. I didn't check because I have to. I never been to Northern Italy either. So I'm more of a Southern Italy guy. Fish eyes and pancake syrup. That's disgusting. You're kidding, right? No. It's fucking raining out. It wasn't supposed to rain. Yeah, Italian's my favorite, and then second's probably Spanish or Mexican. Buckwheat pasta with potatoes, cabbage, and melted mountain cheese. All right, that don't sound bad. That sounds pretty good. I might get a Sicilian tomorrow. I'll take a picture of what I get. Calabria is different from Sicily. It's in the south, but it's not the same. Five more minutes and then I'm gonna head out, boys. We gotta come up with more business ideas. Definitely hit me up on IG too. We'll talk on there. A broth with tomatoes and eggs. Is it like peppers and eggs? Seasonal gold mining? Yeah, I'm on X. I think I gotta find my name on there. I don't really use X though. That's like my least used platform. I use Instagram to talk to people. Um, I should create more. Yeah, we gotta talk business, definitely. If we put our heads together, we can come up with something. I've been on X when it was Twitter since like 2011. I don't have a lot of followers. There's all bots on there. I don't really like it. I go on there to network with certain people. We could conquer the world. You're in Scotland. He's in Nevada. I'm in New York. We got Joey in Florida. I got some Canadians, Mexicans, people all over the place. Trying to think. I'll have a better head tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, a good business idea, and we'll figure it out from there. Whether it's a product, whether we're doing something, I could edit any video you want me to edit. I know, like, numbers. I'm a finance guy, business. We could start a project with HUD. We need real estate first. Yeah, what's going on, Johnny? Yeah, I would write a movie. I would help do that. We would need actors though, unless we're doing an independent film. But yeah, with the HUD project, you just got to buy a house, right? Or let's say we all invest in a certain house in a certain area. We get it fixed up, and then we rent it out. All legit. The best rentals you could have are HUD rentals. As long as you're a good landlord, the money's guaranteed every month. So we could buy land wherever. So let's buy them up. We make a company. We're all equal partners. And we start buying up, fix them up. Rentals. We could do that in Detroit, but we need to make sure it's protected. Are you in Detroit, Johnny? Damn, you do? That's awesome. All right, so that's good. We got to get you out of that desert, man. Oh yeah, the offer. I'll look. I'm gonna watch that, Beep. Give me like a couple of weeks, cause the holidays are coming. Oh, you do? That's awesome, Johnny. You have a few rental properties? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. I should have known that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was talking about you earlier because we were supposed to do the narco episode. You down to do that tomorrow? People wanted to hear about it. Yeah, I'm down. All right, tomorrow we'll do it. You're gonna be around at like 9 Eastern, 9:30 Eastern time. All right, Johnny. So we're on for tomorrow. Perfect. You gotta see what your fiance thinks about moving her and her grandmother out of Florida. Yeah. Where would you want to go? Yeah, 9:30 New York City time. Yep. What's going on, Wookie? You caught me at the end, brother. So tomorrow, 9:30 Eastern, Narco. Yes, sir. Yeah, I gotta put a thought on where I'm going next too. I know the property taxes got to be cheap, and there's got to be jobs. But if we have a good business going, we could go anywhere. Buy for $1, sell for two. All right, guys, I'm gonna head off because my phone's gonna die. So I'm on 10%. That's fine, Johnny. I don't mind the no drugs thing. Oh yeah, Beep. That's right. All right, so yeah, 9:30 Eastern. I'll be back. I'll catch you guys there. I appreciate it, Beep. Hopefully see you later tonight. Alright, guys. Yeah, I seen Gamora. It's like my top 3. Yeah, get that theory together. We'll do something. I like talking conspiracy. Take care, guys.